Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? I'm heading to work right now, man. Before I even get into what I want to talk about, man, I just listened to the game, diss to Eminem, bro, and nah, homie. I mean, with the lengthy history that we got of diss tracks on wax, and the overexposure that we have to battle rap, you know how battling is supposed to be done. It's too much out here for you to, all right, cool, man. You should know I got to construct my verses how these cats construct their verses. That's the winning formula to a diss track. Or if you're not going to follow that criteria, you just going to go with just how cats normally rhyme over a beat in response to somebody. I need haymakers. I ain't getting no haymakers on that, man. I got cool wordplay. But that was it, bro. And it wasn't even nothing like wowing. It was no room shakers on that track. It was nothing that made me say, ah! Nah, bro. Nah, that just wasn't it, man. That was borderline whack, dog. Like, I'm actually very disappointed, man. That shit just wasn't cool. And this nigga's on, because people hate Eminem so much, niggas is on my Facebook super gassing that shit. That shit was mid as fuck. Super mid. Super mid. This shit just wasn't that nice, bro. It really wasn't, man. But niggas is gonna jump to conclusions because somebody came and clapped at Eminem, which I think is dope. I think it's dope. I love healthy competition within hip hop, man. That don't gotta result into niggas getting clipped or nothing like that. It's just bar for bar. Let's see who's the doper MC. I love that shit, man. I've always been a proponent for battle rap exchanges. I'm a hip hop head. You dig? Anything that's healthy for this culture, I'm all about it. The progression and preservation of hip hop culture is what I'm about from all elements. Because hip hop, rap music is the forefront of the culture. I think you should know how to respond to somebody or go at somebody's neck, whether it be on wax or to get in the ring, man. So that's how I'm feeling about it. But peep game, man, what I really want to rap about is, shit bothers me, man, and just how, narrative, how easy it is for narratives to form. How easy it is for narratives to form. It's just the dumbest shit in the world. It's like, yo, how did you come to this conclusion? So the new narrative is Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney. Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney for a tune-up fight, is what they said. And people, it's like, yo, man, it's one person says it, all right, whatever, you sound dumb as shit. But when it's consecutive people saying the shit and they're repeating the same narratives, and it's like, y'all are just really trying to be dishonest about the situation and not even really dive into into the particulars of it. That shit is just messy as a motherfucker, man, because it's just anything to keep some shit going. It's weird. It's like what the clenbuterol thing for Canelo. Now, is that a stain on his jacket? Yeah, it is, man. But he was also, what's the word I'm looking for? He was also exonerated from that. He also was. So at this point, you're beating a dead horse. It's clear you hate him. It's understandable. But you're beating a dead horse. Oh, man, he got this and that and the third. He got to get, it's just all of these narratives on repeat. And it's just like, yo, this shit is getting old. How the fuck, first off, Lomachenko has been away from the sport for for what? I think his last fight was in December, which ain't too bad. But usually people are in the gym. Virgil Ortiz said after his last fight, I'm going to be back in the gym in 2 or 3 weeks. This dude has been in a conflict zone for months, half of the year. I'm sure he hasn't hit no gym. He hasn't been in the position to go to the gym while defending your country. You have to be in a completely different mind state to go into the gym. You can't be in the gym. What if it go down while you in the gym doing what it is that you got to do? He's been in a conflict zone for half of the year. Why wouldn't it be logical for him to get a tune-up match before he jumps into an undisputed title match with one of the brighter boxers in the fucking sport? How does this even make sense to y'all? Like, how is this not logical to y'all? Because the hate for Lomachenko is real. Like I've said it before, I get why people get, I completely understand why people have a disdain for him. I understand it. I honestly do. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. People are really aggravated with Lomachenko because of all of the shit. You know, how ESPN and HBO was really pushing him. I get it. I get it. But when you peel all that back up under that hype, it's a bad motherfucker. Is a bad motherfucker, but they don't want to see that shit because it feels better to call a white guy a hype job. I get it. I honestly do. But he's not a hype job. Did they gas him? Yeah. Is he a hype job? No. He's not. But they don't want to see that, and it feels better to sit there and say that he is. And every time, every little opportunity you get to take a jab at him, you're gonna take a jab at him. The shit is just such garbage, man. It's utter garbage. So you have niggas up here talking about, yeah, he's he's ducking for a tune-up fight. I just don't understand how that is not logical. It's not logical. At this point, we know the direction that Bob Arum is trying to go. We know, we see it. Why wouldn't you want him at his best? Andre Ward didn't duck Sergey Kovalev when he came back and got a couple of tune-ups in before he fought because he knew what the fuck was in front of him. He knew what was in front of him. I want to be sharp as Valerian steel before I get in there and mix with you. But by what y'all want, y'all will rather him go into a fight fresh off a war and be, you know what I'm saying, less than who he normally is. Y'all don't want the best. Y'all don't want the best version of Vasily Lomachenko. Y'all don't want the best version of him. Y'all want the diluted version. Y'all want the goddamn, y'all want the rusty version. That's what y'all want. Because y'all want to see him lose to the likes of a Devin Haney. Y'all want to see him lose. So y'all can really, oh man, he a hype job. See, I told y'all, can't no white boy beat. Devin Haney said it best, can't no white boy beat me. All that just, like, you niggas is just so easy to read. It's fucking sickening. So, as if that isn't enough with Lomachenko, how are y'all ignoring the fact that Devin Haney is penciled in? Why are y'all not mentioning the fact that Devin Haney is already penciled in for an undisputed title bout, a rematch with George Kambosos? Why are y'all not, you know, why? How do we get that? This was in the contract. We know the contract because we complained about what was in the contract. We complained about George Kambosos forcing him to fight in Australia again, even if Devin Haney wins. We complained about the contract. We had the most to say about it because we thought it was unfair. We thought it was corny. How you gonna do all that bullshit? Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? We complained about the contract. So now all of a sudden, it's okay to disregard that contract when it comes to Lomachenko asking for a tune-up fight. The contract no longer matters. Everything we complained about in the contract, that shit just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares about it? Who cares? That ain't the point. The point is Vasily Lomachenko wants to fight somebody else and not Devin Haney, despite the fact it's a tune-up fight that he's asking for before he goes into an undisputed title match with Devin Haney. You niggas is weirdos. Y'all dishonest. You're really disingenuous. It's just like, yo, y'all just y'all don't want the truth, bro. Y'all don't want the truth. And this is what I mean by y'all make nationalism and woke behavior laughable. This is why niggas laugh at it. Because of how illogical and unreasonable it is. Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney, even though Devin Haney is contractually obligated to fight George Kambosos in a rematch, and Lomachenko wants a tune-up before he goes and fights in an undisputed title bout. That makes no sense. That y'all could be this delusional. That is absurd. Yeah, like I'm sitting back and like, yo, it's really people up here talking about he's ducking. Like, how is that possible? He's ducking Devin Haney, even though Devin Haney is already penciled in for a fight in October. Lomachenko's looking to come back in October. We know who Devin Haney's next opponent is, unless he wants to be sued and possibly stripped. That makes no sense, man. Like, when Deontay Wilder was getting called out by Tyson Fury after the rematch, and Tyson Fury got tired of, he's calling him out. Deontay Wilder is quiet as a church mouse. He ain't saying shit. Tyson Fury barking on him. He ain't saying shit. Then he goes, decides he wants to entertain Ajit Kabayel, however you pronounce his name. Now here comes Wilder. Now here comes, oh man, why you fighting him? 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 You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't said shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay loose. I want to stay active. You're not giving me no drama. So let me go get active. Let me keep my hands going. That, oh man, he's ducking Deontay Wilder. No, bro, he ain't saying shit. I want to fight. And if you're not gonna fight me, all right, cool. Let me go fight. It makes no sense how y'all operate, man. Like, bro, you just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. We know the route that we know where Bob. We see the vision of Bob Arum. We see it clear as day. We see it. Spike Lee couldn't paint a better picture, like Big Pun said. We see where he's going with it. We see who he's trying to line up. We see it. So why are y'all trying to redirect the energy and the focal point of it? Like it ain't clear as day what's going on here. The truth is not in a lot of you niggas, man. Y'all, man, I just don't understand whatever happened to being honest. Whatever happened to saying, yo, I'm a fan of him, but he on bullshit. Whatever happened to saying, man, nah, that ain't the move, big homie. Like, nah, that ain't it. Whatever happened to that? Y'all are comfortable in these lies, because as long as you're telling a lie that shows your people in a certain light, you find comfort in that. You find solace in that. You like being coddled under them type of, circumstances. That's tragic, man. Like, you niggas is a trip. I don't understand it. Lomachenko is, listen, Devin Haney doesn't really bring anything to Lomachenko that he would have to be fearful of. He just doesn't. He doesn't. Even, I hate when people say he ducked Devin Haney and he went and he fought Teofimo Lopez, bro. Like that. Teofimo Lopez is a more dangerous fight, and honestly, he's not as accomplished. But how he earned his belts, it was a lot more treacherous route than Devin Haney took. Devin Haney only had to fight one champion to become undisputed. He was elevated. I'm not mad at Jojo Diaz. I think that was a good win. I think Jorge Linares was a good win. Get the fuck out of here with Yoriorkis Gamboa. But those two wins were good wins. And then, of course, George Kambosos. But Teofimo's unseated two sitting world champions who are a lot more dangerous than George Kambosos. His route to become a unified world champion was a lot more treacherous than Devin Haney's. It honestly was. He forfeited that. But all right, man, let me run that shit with Teofimo Lopez. It was an easier fight to make. It was an in-house fight, and honestly a bigger fight, because Teofimo was buzzing at that time. He was buzzing. We all know it's a tumultuous relationship with Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. It's just the goofiest shit in the world, but that's just what it is. That fight was easier to make. All right, cool. Let Devin Haney have that belt. That's not a duck. You know, if he decided not to fight Devin Haney and go fight a Nakatani or somebody like that, all right, now you got a point. But he went and he fought Teofimo Lopez, who was the number 2 in the division. I don't get how you dudes is just like, y'all disregard all that shit. Lomachenko ain't ducking no Devin Haney. It's logical to get a tune-up fight in before you go into a big fight to make sure you all the way sharp. You niggas disgust me, man. I'm going to work on this Friday so I can get off. Fuck y'all niggas.